Hi, this is TK420, one half of two kept Mandalorians.
And I'm TK422, the other half of
Two kept Mandalorians.
yes. And this is
YouTube D2. Thank you for watching. We've got a little bit of an issue here. If any of you happen to see our comrade at arms, TK421, he was last seen at his post on the original Death Star, and we haven't seen him in a very long time. He was our drinking buddy, and let us know. Comment in the
if you've seen this trooper.
Yeah, have you seen this trooper?
If you have, let us know.
Yeah. We've got some blue milk waiting for you, buddy.
Yep. Blue milk with a little bit of
yeah.
A little bit of cognac. Cognac in there. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Sorry, it's been just a long time.
It has.
Oh, God, I miss him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, God. Okay. Have a sip of my coffee.
Yeah.
All right, I'm okay.
Okay.
Let's just not talk about him anymore.
Well, I think it's good for us to talk about him once in a while.
Yeah, but not on the air. I get a little bit emotional.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe talking about the Mandalorian will take your mind off.
Yes. So, okay, last week was the premiere of Disney Plus's Jon Favreau's new series, The Mandalorian.
Yes, the first live-action Star Wars series.
Yes, first live action. It's freaking awesome. So the first episode was called Chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough,
clever,
very clever, and we meet our Mandalorian, whose name is
well, he's nameless in this show so far.
Right? Yeah, we don't know his name officially, but it is Din Djarin.
Yeah, that was dropped by the actor Pedro Pascal in an interview.
Okay, so anyway, Chapter 1.
Directed by Dave Filoni, creator of the Clone Wars, Rebels, and Resistance. All the animated shows that we love so much. So a Mandalorian walks into a bar. Immediately falls over. He immediately falls over. Why?
Why?
Because he walked into a bar.
Oh.
Don't you wish TK421 was here for that?
Yeah, he would love it. He was all about the glow sticks.
Oh man. Anyway,
that was good.
Yeah.
In case I get lost.
So he walks into the bar and a bunch of bullies are picking on this thing called a mithril. Well, a fledgling
mithril, yeah.
Which we assume means that he's young or he's trying really hard to be a mithril. I don't know what that means.
No, he's young. They even say he's young.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The thing is young. We could harvest his glands for
the musk.
Yeah. They're gonna start their own perfume company with Boy Blue here.
Yeah. So he's played by Horatio Sands, and he's very funny.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. And the Mandalorian comes in and knocks over one of their drinks.
No, he doesn't knock over their drink. No, the drink was knocked over when they were Blue Dude. When they were the mithril.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they knock the table and the drink falls over and rolls.
But bullies like to blame.
Like to blame.
Yeah.
They be hating.
So he's acting like a Last Jedi hater in here. Goes up to Mandalorian and says, "You spilled my drink."
Yeah.
Wants to pick a fight.
a fight with a Mandalorian. So yeah, basically he makes very short work of these guys in a very creative, nice, fun way. He chops one in half with the door.
Yes.
Oh man.
Made me think of when Obi-Wan cut off that guy's arm.
Yes. And then once all that's done, the blue guy is all happy. You know, of course, he's like, "Hey, let me buy you a drink. You saved me." And the Mandalorian throws his puck down, and little hologram comes up, like, you know, oh shit, you know.
It's a wanted poster.
It's a wanted poster, and
we assume that he's not wanted for anything too serious, because it looks like Mando is taking a lot of odd jobs. He's just kind of bringing in people who are wanted for small crimes.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on out there, apparently, as we find out later. But so yeah, he gathers up his quarry and heads out. He wants to get back to the shipyards as quick as he can. He needs to get back. I think this was his last warrant that he was after. And of course, blue guy gives all, you know, every excuse in the book of why he doesn't want to go along.
Well, but he has to use, so he's on the ship with them and they're on the way back, and Mando's not speaking very much, and he just keeps talking. He says he has to go to the vac tube, which is apparently what they call the bathroom on the ship.
Yeah.
It's like a vacuum tube.
Yeah, just like they use on the space shuttle.
Yeah.
They suck the pee right out.
And he's like, yeah, I got to go use the vac tube unless you want to see what it's like when I evacuate my thorax.
Yeah, if you've never seen a mithril evacuate their thorax, you never want to again or something. So anyway, so he's
downstairs and he's like, yeah, it's going to be a while. I'm molting.
Oh man!
And while he's downstairs, he's searching around. He and this is how we know he's not a serious criminal, because he finds a bunch of guns and he doesn't.
Yeah, he's like,
yeah, he just
closes it back up.
Yeah, he doesn't want to fight with a Mandalorian. He knows the odds are.
No, he's pretty much given into you know, he's going with this guy no matter what.
Yeah, well, he did say he was hoping to get home for Life Day.
Yeah, well, that's true. That ain't happening. But anyway, before this, they go to the basically like the taxi station there, and it's just this.
It's that creature from New Hope,
the guy who told on Han.
Yeah.
Right. And with the snout, and
well, we don't know if it's that guy. It could be a
no, he's not. He's that species basically, but we find out something very unique about this guy, and that he
summons his Ubers with a flute.
The flute. Yeah. He's musically talented, which is maybe why he was in Mos Eisley. Maybe he was like there for music lessons.
He was probably trying to try out for the Cantina band, and they said no, so he was pissed. So that's why he turned in Han.
Yeah. You know. Well, anyway, so they summon this automated speeder with a brand new R2 unit.
You brought up something at the time that was kind of interesting. Why do they make the speeders convertibles all the time? They're in the middle of the snow in an ice planet, and they're using a convertible.
Yeah, I mean, Luke had a speeder that was not a convertible.
Luke's speeder made sense that it would be a convertible, though, because
right, but he had one in his garage that wasn't.
Oh,
remember there was that really cool looking speeder.
But if you're going 200 miles an hour in a winterscape,
yeah, you don't want to be a convertible. But yeah, why are they all convertibles? Anyway, so but he doesn't want to go with the droid one because he doesn't like, no droids. And so the guy's like, and he throws him a coin, and he's like, okay, and he go, and then out comes Art Carney in his beat up jalopy.
Oh, it would have been great if it was Art Carney.
Yeah, I know, right? Old and busted, and it's like backfiring and all kinds of shit. And yeah, so they get out to his ship, and the blue dude is like, shit, I could have gotten us a nice cruiser or something. I'll pay for it, whatever.
Yeah. Right.
And then the guy goes, hey, it's time to go, let's pay up here. and he's like, "You better get off the ice," and he goes off, and Blue Dude's just like watching him. All of a sudden, this giant freaking monster comes up out of the
Space
ice.
walrus.
Yeah, and just and chomps the crap out of him. And then they try to get onto the ship. They end up having to fight free of this creature who grabs onto one of the skids, and something very awesome happens to get them free of the skids. What is it?
I don't know.
The Mandalorian goes and gets his signature weapon, opens the hatch, and electrocutes the creature.
This is the same weapon that appeared in the animated sequence from the holiday special.
Yes. So yes, slowly but surely we are legitimizing the holiday special. Thank you, Jon Favreau.
Yes,
you are like the hero of all of the solid foundational fans of Star Wars. You are our voice box. You are our commander. You are our leader, Jon Favreau. I swear my allegiance to Jon Favreau.
He still has his stormtrooper tendencies. Blindly following.
I can't help it. When you're a stormtrooper for as long as we were, it's kind of programmed in there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's kind of programmed in there.
Right. We aren't being facetious. We actually really love the holiday special.
We do. We do. That's going to be our Christmas episode. We're going to review the holiday special.
By the way, Life Day is on Sunday.
Yes, tomorrow. We're going to post this. Are we going to post this today or on Life Day?
It's on Life Day.
We're going to post this on Life Day. So when you're watching this, today is Life Day. Happy Life Day!
Happy Life Day.
Happy Life Day. And, we're very, very sorry. This is, kind of for ex-stormtroopers, this is kind of like a sorry day for Wookiees. We apologize for all the crimes against, Wookiedom. The Empire had its reasons. They wanted to bring, peace to the galaxy. They wanted to bring peace to the galaxy, and I hate to say it, we're just following orders, but I mean, what choice did we have? It was either follow the orders or
you guys have never been on the receiving end of that.
Okay. Well, anyway, wow, I feel myself getting pale just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think we're right on the outside of our armor. You should see us when Vader walks by.
Well, Lord Vader's gone. We don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
So,
man, oh man. We're gonna do the tree planting and all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, back to the Mandalorian. Electrocutes the monster and they take off.
Yeah. And then we have the whole exchange that I talked about. But the cool thing is that when the Mithril goes into the basement of the ship and to use the vac tube, and in Bat 2 they call it the refresher. I don't know why they didn't, but we actually refer to what it does, not just that you're getting refreshed.
Yeah,
it's vacuuming your waste into space or whatever. So he goes down to use the vac tube and he finds all of the Mandalorian's previous hunts frozen in carbonite.
Yeah. Which must have, of course, this is 5 years after Return of the Jedi. So in
Mhm.
5 years, I would imagine that they would have heard about.
I think that people saw the carbonite in Jabba's palace,
Yeah, the
that,
effectiveness of it.
and then they said, "Hey, this really works," and they kind of
Well, and
streamlined it.
the rest of the Mandalorians probably have Boba Fett to thank for it,
Yeah.
because he was the one who initiated. Well, he didn't
Well,
initiate it, but
no,
he
no,
was the
no.
first. He was the first one to receive
He
a
probably
glory.
di- he probably disseminated the information.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Um,
his tribe would have been very happy to hear
because
that.
because on Cloud City they weren't sure that the process was survivable. It
Mm,
was the first time it was being used,
yeah.
and Ugnaughts who were sometimes slaves. I believe they may have been slaves on Cloud City.
No, I don't think that they were, because they
In
seemed like
in,
they were having too much fun.
Ugnaughts were having too much fun.
They were. They were like playing catch with 3PO, and he
Yeah.
himself becomes a victim of carbonite freezing.
Yes, and so Mando takes him to the planet where he's supposed to, and we don't know if it's Tatooine. It has a Tatooine vibe
I
anyway.
think it is Tatooine, but I don't think it's Tatooine.
I don't know. We're gonna assume it is Tatooine until we hear otherwise, because
I mean, the
it's got this.
Jawas.
Yeah, it's got all the hallmarks of Tatooine. And Favreau did say that when he thought of the idea of this show, that he wanted it to feel like the first 20 minutes of New Hope, or the first
Yeah,
half hour.
I
So
mean, I just have that feeling that it is Tatooine.
and so they go to Tatooine. He turns in his bounty to Carl Weathers. Has a neat little cameo so far. I don't know if we're going to see him later on, but he's pretty good. And
Yeah,
they're talking about, Mando's looking for more jobs. He's like, what's out there, and he's like, just a bunch of bail jumpers and little tiny things.
yeah,
Um, but he's paying him for for the for the bounty with he tries to pass off Imperial credits, and that doesn't go over well with the Mando. Um,
right.
they're not spendable, really. I mean, he says they're spendable, but they're probably not preferable, because now the
Right.
Empire
It
has
would be
fallen.
just as hard to spend those as it would be to get Republic credits taken.
Right. Well, Republic credits didn't spend well during the Phantom Menace era, but
So
Republic credits are probably more preferable now that the Empire has fallen, than say
yeah,
Imperial credits. But so the implication there is that what we would call the resistance, or the rebels, I'm not sure, the the Republic hasn't really established itself, at least not in the you know the, the the underworld. They haven't really imposed enough control over the galaxy to make their own currency the primary currency.
yeah.
So just with that one line, he's kind of already giving us an idea of the outside, what's going on in the other parts of the galaxy, just by the fact that they don't have established currency. He ends up paying him with calamari flan,
Yeah.
which is this mushy, swishy kind of fish type coin.
It's probably filled with the water from the planet that they're from or something. Or it's like gooberfish piss or something.
It's hired by Carl Weathers to go and uh, do this kind of off the books bounty. It pays really well, but there can't be any record of the transactions,
Yeah.
or the assignment.
So there's no puck.
So we
There's no
already
chain.
we already know that there's something going on that's not kosher. And then he gets sent to this to director Werner Herzog, who is on Tatooine for some reason.
Here's my opinion on this. I think that he was the leader of a garrison of troops that was left on Tatooine when the Empire fell.
Okay.
And because he no longer has really a whole lot
a
of
central command
command structure, then he kind of considers himself the leader. But not only that, he's got some kind of plan going on. He's got a doctor who has, I think, better morals than he does, and
we think
maybe. So we think, because he wants the target taken alive, and then the commander says, well, as long as there's proof that you found him and he's dead, we'll accept that too. And the doctor's like, no, he did not agree to that.
Yeah,
And
I think the doctor wants him alive for bad
testing
reasons, though.
Yeah,
which is probably just as bad.
Yeah, probably. So there's some kind of plot here.
One of the things that on a side note, a regular plot, a recurring plot theme in the Clone Wars is the Empire's attempt to get Force-sensitive children and kind of corrupt them.
Yeah, but at this point, the Emperor is gone.
Yes, but it's a plan that would have been known to certain people in the Empire, something that would have been ongoing, and it may have been carried over past the the Empire isn't in power anymore, but there are certainly people who are who are sympathetic to the Empire's aims still, and are trying to reestablish the Empire.
Maybe it's Snoke. Because remember, Snoke was around this entire time.
Yeah, he would have.
Snoke was around during the entire time of the Empire, and he would have sat back and shook his head at what the Emperor was doing.
Mm-hmm. It's possible that he was also. I don't know. I haven't read a lot of the canon books outside of the. So I don't know a lot about Snoke. I've never, like I said, if they involve Snoke in any storylines, I'm cool with it. I'd be happy to learn more about him, but it's not something that piques my curiosity in any way, like it does with other people,
like me,
like you, and like a lot of people who were upset with The Last Jedi.
I'm not upset with the fact that he died.
No. I'm just saying that's something you have in common with the people who are upset about it.
It's just my desire to know more about what the was, is peaked.
Just a bad force using guy who had an apprentice, just like the Emperor. Same thing.
Maybe.
I could be wrong. Maybe he's the reincarnated.
No, I don't think he's anything special like that. I just think that he's the new Sith Lord.
I think it would be interesting if they did work Snoke into these Disney series as sort of the stand-in for the Emperor until the Emperor pops back up.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about that. So he is sent on this journey to Tatooine,
mm-hmm.
and
the journey isn't to Tatooine. He gets his assignment.
Yeah,
and then he's supposed to find this target. He's given nothing but the kid's birth date. It's a 50-year-old
and a tracking device.
And a tracking device. He gets to the planet where this kid is.
Tatooine.
Is he still on Tatooine at that point? I thought he actually left the planet then.
No, I think he's on Tatooine.
He almost gets killed by this. What are they called? Maybe I put the note in. Wait. A blurg. He almost gets killed. He almost gets killed by this creature called a blurg. If you had seen Ewoks: The Battle for Endor, you've seen a blurg before. In that movie, they were done with stop motion animation. Here we get a little more of a fluid CGI creature, but he's almost killed by the blurg, and he's saved by an Ugnaught.
What a funny sentence.
Played by
almost killed by the blurg, and he was saved by an Ugnaught.
Played by Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte, yeah, and he did a fantastic job too.
Amazing, and the creature's his name is Quill or Quill. It's Kuiil. I don't know how you say it, but
Quill.
So he's saved by him. He takes him back to his little hut, and he makes an agreement with him. If he helps clean the place up of crime, that he'll help him. So
Yeah.
The neat thing about Quill is that he ends every sentence with "I have spoken," which is a great way to shut down any further commentary.
Yeah.
It's something I might actually start using in life. I have spoken.
Yeah, I felt he more used it as like an exclamation point.
I think it was his way of saying I'm done. I'm done with what I was saying, but it's also his way of not encouraging any further conversation on it. It's like
in a very polite way,
in a borderline polite way.
I don't know. I feel it's more like a what I've just said is very important.
Take note.
Yeah, take note.
I have spoken.
That's a good way of putting it. So so the Mandalorian has to learn how to ride a blurred, and he finally figures it out. But I like how they show his slight fallibility here, which is something that our great leader Jon Favreau works into this entire series so far, is that he's not afraid to show Din Djarin's he's not afraid to show Din Djarin's fallibility.
He's got an Indiana Jones vibe.
Yeah. And so he learns how to ride it, and then they go off into the sunset. And they come upon this area where he knows that his target is. He starts heading for that area, and then he looks down onto the little settlement and realizes that IG-11 is strolling in there, and he's like, "Ah, crap!"
He's reading regulations to the people he's going to arrest, citing.
Yeah, well, he's not even going to arrest them. He's just like reading, stellar regulations about how they have to give him his quarry now, and they're just like, what? So he ends up blasting all of them, and then the Mandalorian goes down there, and at first it seems like it's going to be a fight with him, but he says, we'll split the bounty, thinks it's acceptable, and then we realize that IG-11 has a death wish. And because every time he's threatened, even in the slightest, he's like, I'm going to self-destruct. And then, then he agrees to not. And then the battle ensues, and he's like, wow, shit, we're pinned down. I'm going to self-destruct. He tries to self-destruct like 3 times. Oh. Okay, anyway, so so they end up taking all these guys out and going into the place, the domicile where they track down this pod. It's like an orb, and it's floating, and they open it up, and out comes
Baby Yoda,
which
we're calling Baby Yoda now, but it's not actually Baby Yoda. It's Yoda's
and he's even
dead.
wearing these glasses, and you hear this little in the background. You hear this little
little bit of rap music.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's like baby Yoda basically, and he's like, too bad we will never find out. IG-11 says, and he's like, and
well, because he says like, that because the Mandalorian says, hey, they told us this thing was 50 years old.
Yeah, and he goes, well, some species age differently.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, too bad we'll never find out, and he shoots him right through the noggin, right through the CPU, and then we see a profile of the Mandalorian reaching for the baby's hand, which is sticking out, and he wiggles his finger. Bit of compassion there, and that is the end of episode 1, chapter 1 of the great Jon Favreau's The Mandalorian.
If you keep saying that, they're going to think you're being sarcastic.
I'm not being sarcastic.
Yeah.
I'm not being sarcastic. I'm totally dead serious that The Mandalorian has completely fueled my hero worship of Jon Favreau. Okay. I am not even kidding in the slightest.
I've been a fan of his since Swingers. I always
Swingers. Yeah, but I mean this I mean, a
Yeah.
fan is one thing. A devoted follower is another thing.
Are you going to build a shrine?
Don't tempt me, Frodo.
Okay. Loved it. Press play.
Oh, press play.
I watched
Press
it.
play so many times.
I watched it 3 times that first 24 hours, twice on the computer and once on the TV, because I had trouble getting Disney Plus on the TV through the Fire Stick at first. Eventually, it worked.
I watched it once on the big on the 10-foot, and then twice on the laptop.
Yeah,
it is so good.
We've actually seen both episodes now, but we're going to save the review for the second one
for Monday. Yes. So again, happy Life Day, and you know.
I'm gonna multiply the sound of that by like 100. So it's like there's 100 Wookiees all sitting around with their orbs.
There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to construct a life orb.
So little shout out to StarWars.com. They actually have a section of the website that tells you how to build a Life Day tree.
Yes.
And
so go there, do that.
Little glowing orb.
In fact, post pictures of your Life Day celebrations or your tree or your orb or anything else, and share with everybody. You know, Life Day is an important holiday in the lives of all Star Wars fans, including you.